जी जी आप बताओ ओके कुछ ओके अस्सलाम वालेकुम गुड मॉर्निंग आई एम मिसेस अफशीन इमरान आर यू hearing me students please reply so that I can see whether you are here or not please reply hurry up I am waiting for you okay very good of you you are here and looking at the screen I am going to tell you that it is English literature lecture today and it is lecture number 10. We are doing lesson number 4 today, bad dreams. We are starting it and then I want to discuss that we have done 3 lessons before. I hope you have remembered the whole story and you have remembered the whole story and you are enjoying this story please okay I'm going to read the pages first now listen to me very carefully I have marked some of the words here or you can see that I have underlined some of the words note down these words in your rough notebook and find out the meaning so that when you read the lesson again you can easily get the meaning and understand it very easily now listen to me very carefully. Someone crept quietly in at the other end of the old house now, but the boys did not notice. Suddenly, a dog started making a noise just outside the house. The boys held on to each other, very afraid. What happened? If you remember, they were inside the old broken house and they swear to remain quiet about the murder of Dr. Robinson they had seen in the graveyard in front of them when Injun Joe murdered Dr. Robinson. He stuck the knife of Muff Potter into the chest of Dr. Robinson. If you remember all these things, so they have hid inside the whole broken house. Now, what happened? Then they felt that someone crept quietly into the another end of the house, but they did not notice. They heard a noise of dogs howling, and this became them more afraid. Huck whispered at that time, "If a dog howls like that, it means something bad is going to happen," whispered Huck. "Which way is he looking?" Now, Huck was saying that if dog is howling in that way, it means something bad would going to happen. So we have to see which way he was looking. I don't know. Look through that crack quick. Now Tom said to him that look through the cracks from the wall of the house that where was dog looking? They looked out through a hole in the wall. The dog's got his back to us, Huck. He's not looking at us. Both of them, Tom and Huck, looked through the wall, but they saw that dog's back was there at their side, and because of that, they were not able to see who was there. The howling stopped, but another sound came over the night air. What happened? After some time, they heard another noise. Howling stopped, and they heard another noise. It was a different sound. "What's that?" whispered Tom. Tom was again asking, "What was that sound?" "It sounds like pigs." "No, it's somebody snoring, Tom." Huck said, "It is the sound of somebody who was snoring." Now, snoring is that sound it created by a person when he was sleeping, and the sound comes from nose. That's right, Huck. Where it is coming from? Now, Tom was saying that yes, I understand that it was the snoring sound, but we have to see who was snoring and from where it is coming. Sounds as if it's down the other end of the house. Let's go and see, said Tom. Now Huck said it was a sound and it came from the other end of the house, so we have to see that who was there. Do you think we should? Now, when Tom said that they had to see who was there, Huck said, "It is it possible for us, or is would it be right for us? Because it might be Injun Joe." They became so much afraid of Injun Joe because they thought that Injun Joe would kill them. Tom shivered and then but they decided to go there and see. After a minute or two, the boys agreed to go and see who it was, but to run if the snoring stopped. So they went quietly, one behind the other. When they got near to the snorer, Tom stepped on a stick and it broke. What happened? When they went outside to see who was snoring, they were going one behind the other, and when they came closer to the man, then Tom stepped on a stick and the stick broke down because it was a dried stick. The sound of the stick moved the man. The man moved, but he was sleeping. So he moved a little and they could see his face. It was Muff Potter. They understood that when they saw his face, they understood that he was Muff Potter. The boys stood still. Their hearts seemed to stop beating. They were afraid how he came there. Then the man turned over and he began to snore again. Then Muff Potter moved towards the other side and started snoring again. Their fears passed. Now Tom and Huck became relaxed and they went quietly out of that area. Now I am giving you a review of that page number 23. Tom and Huck were inside the old broken house. Suddenly, a dog started making a noise outside the house. The dog was howling at somebody. Tom and Huck first thought that dog was howling at them, but the dog was looking at some other side. Huck said that something bad was going to happen. The dog was howling at some other thing. Now both the boys were very afraid and they wanted to see who was there snoring and or who was there at which the dog was howling. Another sound came over the night air. Now they heard another noise. That was the sound of somebody snoring. They heard the snoring sound of a person. The boys wanted to see the person who was snoring. Now the boys wanted to see who was the person snoring there outside the house. Huck said that the person might be Injunju. Actually, both of the boys were very afraid because they thought if Injunju would be there and would see them, then he would kill them. And because of that, they were very much afraid. Tom shivered, but both the boys agreed to see outside who was there because they wanted to see who was there snoring at that time. It was the night time. They decided to run if the snoring stopped. They decided to run if the snoring stopped. They decided that they would move from there if the man woke up. They went quietly one behind the other. When they came nearer to the snorer, Tom stepped on a stick and it broke. Now the person who was snoring, they came nearer to the person. When they came nearer to him, then Tom stepped on a stick suddenly and it broke up. They became more afraid because the stick was dried. The man moved and the boys saw his face. He was Muff Potter. Because of the voice of the stick, the man moved and they saw that he was Muff Potter. The boys stood still and became afraid. They were very much afraid that how Muff Potter was coming there. Now Potter started snoring again. He was sleeping, so he started snoring again. Their fear passed and they went out of the house. Now both the boys became relaxed and they went out of the house. Now I come to page number 24. I hope you are enjoying the story. Both the boys stopped to talk. A long howl could be heard again. They turned and saw the dog. He was looking towards Potter. Now, what happened when they started going away from the house? A long howl of dog was coming again, and they heard it again. When they turned and saw that dog was howling again at Muff Potter. The dog was howling at him, not us. Something awful will happen to him. You wait and see, whispered Huck. Then they parted and started for home. Huck said that the dog was howling at Muff Potter. It means something dangerous, awful, or bad would going to happen to him. But they did not wait there and started to go back home. When Tom climbed in at his bedroom window, the night was nearly gone. He undressed very carefully and fell asleep, feeling pleased that nobody knew he had been out. Now, Tom, you know that he entered the house or his room from the bedroom window because he did not want anybody to see him entered from the main door. He undressed very carefully and fell asleep, feeling pleased that nobody knew he had been out. Now he had been very much pleased at that time because he thought that nobody knew him, that he was out of the home at night. He didn't know that Sid was awake. He was snoring gently, pretending to be asleep, but he had been awake for an hour or more. He didn't know that Sid was already awake there and he was pretending just or showing that he was sleeping. But he was awake and he was waiting for Tom for an hour. Now, in the morning, when Tom woke up, Sid was dressed and gone. There was a late sort of feeling in the air. He was surprised. Why hadn't they called him as they usually did? Something was wrong. Now, when Tom woke up in the morning, then he saw that Sid was already gone for breakfast. He thought that he was very much late. And then now he was surprised why nobody called him for the breakfast. Something was going wrong. In 5 minutes, he was ready and went downstairs for the breakfast. He was feeling very much tired. The family had finished breakfast. When he went downstairs, he saw that the family had finished breakfast and were sitting round the table. No one would speak to Tom. Tom was surprised why they were not talking to to him. After breakfast, his aunt took him on one side. Tom felt sure he was going to be beaten. Now, what happened after finishing the breakfast? Aunt Polly took Tom to one side. Tom thought that he would be beaten by her, but instead, what happened? His aunt started to cry and asked him how he could be so unkind to her. This was much worse than a beating. Now, Tom was very shameful when his aunt started crying in front of her, and then Tom asked her to forgive him and promised to try to be a better boy in future. Now, Tom asked her forgiveness and promised her to try a better boy in future and not to do these kind of things in future. He felt too unhappy to even feel angry with Sid, who had told Aunt Polly about him. Now, Tom was very much unhappy and angry with Sid, who had told Aunt Polly about him. Now, I want to come to the review of page number 24. Tom and Huck went back to home. At night, when they saw Muff Potter outside the home snoring, they went back to their homes. When Tom entered his room through the window, the night was nearly gone. What happened? Tom entered his room through the bedroom window and it was nearly the morning time. He was pleased that nobody knew that he had been out. He was very happy that nobody could see him at night and nobody knew that he had been out of the house at night. He fell asleep, but he didn't know that Sid was awake. Now he went to sleep, but he didn't know that Sid was awake and he saw everything. When Tom woke up in the morning, he was surprised as nobody called him. He was very much late in the morning when he woke up and he was very much surprised that nobody called him for the breakfast. He went downstairs feeling sore and tired. Now he went downstairs. He was very much tired because he had not been sleeping properly at night because of his adventure in the graveyard. The family had finished their breakfast and they were sitting around the table, but no one spoke to him. That surprised Tom more when nobody was speaking to him. After breakfast, Aunt Polly took Tom to one side and Tom thought that she would beat him. But a very much worse thing happened in front of Tom when Aunt Polly started to cry and asked him why he was so unkind to her. She asked him why he was so much unkind, why he was not obeying her, and why he was disturbing her a lot. Tom became shameful for his behavior and he asked forgiveness from his aunt. He felt sorry for his behavior and he asked forgiveness. He promised Aunt Polly to try to be a better boy in future and he did not do any kind of these kind of things in future. But he felt angry and unhappy with Sid, who had told Aunt Polly about him. Because he understood that Sid was the person who had told everything to Aunt Polly. I hope you have understood the story till here. Now I move to page number 25. He went sadly to school that morning. He felt even worse when he found that his new friend, Becky Thatcher, did not want to talk to him anymore. Someone must have told her how bad he was. Now, in the morning, in the same morning, he had no excuse to stay at home, so he went sadly to school that morning. But when he went to school, he reached the school, he felt even worse when he found that his new friend Becky Thatcher, who was a very good friend of him, did not want to talk to him. He understood that someone had told her that how bad he was, that he did not obey anybody and he was disturbing the people. Now I come to the next part of the lesson. Muff Potter is caught. If you remember Muff Potter, don't open your cameras, please. Turn off your cameras, Ajwa. By midday, the whole village knew about the terrible killing of Dr. Robinson. The schoolmaster gave a holiday for that afternoon. Everyone would have thought it strange if he had not. What happened? By the midday, when there was complete light, sunlight, then most of the people in the village, or almost whole of the village, knew about the murder of Dr. Robinson, because they found the dead body of Dr. Robinson, and near his dead body there was a knife. For that reason, schoolmaster gave a holiday for the afternoon. That means after the lunch there will be no classes. Everybody thought the murder was very much strange. A knife had been found close to the body of the murdered doctor. It was said that it belonged to Muff Potter. Everybody was feeling afraid to see the dead body, and they also saw that a knife was found near the dead body of the murdered doctor. And people said that the knife belonged to Muff Potter. Someone had seen Potter washing himself in the river at about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, a person had seen Muff Potter washing his clothes at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. They, the person said that it was Muff Potter who killed Dr. Robinson because he was washing himself and his clothes. If you remember, Dr. Robinson fell down on Muff Potter and his blood covered the body of and the clothes of Muff Potter. The town had been searched, but he could not be found. The town or the small village of St. Petersburg had been searched for Muff Potter, but he was not found. Everybody was going towards the graveyard. Tom forgot his troubles and joined the crowd. Now, the dead body was found in the graveyard, so everybody in the village, they wanted to see the dead body, and because of that they went to the graveyard. Tom forgot all his problems and he joined the crowd. It means he also went to the graveyard. When he arrived there, someone squeezed his arm. He turned and his eyes met Huckleberry's. It means the person who squeezed the arm of Tom, he was Huckleberry. It means Huckleberry was also there in the graveyard to see what would happen. They both turned away at once, wondering if anyone had noticed them looking at each other. But everybody was talking and looking at the awful scene in front of them. Now they both turned away at each other, and they wanted to see that people could not see them, but nobody was interested in them and looking at them. They were talking about the murder. Poor young man, they were saying, somebody was saying, poor young man, about the Dr. Robinson. This should be a lesson to graveyard robbers. Now another person said, it is actually a lesson to graveyard robbers who are robbing the graves. That was their end. Muff Potter will be hanged for this if they catch him. Now another person said that Muff Potter would be hanged for that murder if he would be caught. Now Tom began to shake with fright from head to toe, for he had noticed Injun Joe in the crowd. Now suddenly what happened? Tom saw Injun Joe in the crowd and he became so much afraid and he started shaking. At this moment the crowd began to move and voices shouted, it's him, he's coming himself. Now suddenly the crowd shouted, it's him, he's coming himself. Who? Shouted people in the crowd. Other people were asking who was coming. Now somebody said, Muff Potter. Muff Potter was coming near the crowd. He's stopped. Look out, he's turning away. Don't let him get away. Now somebody said he stopped. Look out, he's turning away. Don't allow him to get away. He wanted to leave that place. He wanted to go or run away. So don't allow him to run away. Now I'm going to give you a review of page number 25. Tom went sadly to school that morning. He was very much upset and sad because of Aunt Polly's behavior. He was very much upset that she did not beat him, just cried and asking him how he was how he was doing so much bad things. He promised her not to do these things again. When he went to school, he saw that his new friend Becky also did not want to talk to him. It means somebody had told him about Tom's behavior. By midday, the whole village knew about the terrible murder of Dr. Robinson. Somebody had seen him inside the graveyard, and because of that, the whole village knew about the terrible murder of Dr. Robinson. A knife was found near the body of the murdered doctor. It was said that the knife belonged to Muff Potter. Someone had seen Potter washing himself in the river in the morning. What happened? That somebody had seen Muff Potter who was washing his clothes and himself in the river in the morning. So they believed that Muff Potter was the person who murdered Dr. Robinson, as well as they also said that the knife who was used for the murder or for the killing of Dr. Robinson, it belonged to Muff Potter. The town had been searched, but he was not found. The whole village, the small town, St. Petersburg, had been searched for Muff Potter, but he was not found. Everybody went towards the graveyard and Tom joined them. Now, all the people in the village, they went to see the dead body themselves and they wanted what would happen after that. So they joined to go to the graveyard and Tom also joined them. When he reached there, someone squeezed his arm and he was hugged. Now, when Tom reached the graveyard, someone squeezed his arm from the side. When he turned, he saw that he was hugged. They both turned away, no one noticed them. Now they were very afraid that somebody noticed them, but no one was interested in them. The people were talking about the murder. The people were very much disturbed about that murder and they were talking about the murder, about the killing of Dr. Robinson. Someone said that Muff Potter would be hanged for that murder. And Tom became frightened as he saw Injun Joe in the crowd. Someone had said that Muff Potter was the person, so he would be hanged for that murder. And Tom became frightened suddenly because he saw that Injun Joe was also in the crowd. At that moment, the crowd shouted that Muff Potter was coming. Someone said that he was turning away. Stop him. At that moment, somebody or some people from the crowd, they saw Muff Potter was coming, but suddenly he stopped. So somebody said he was turning away. Don't let him go away. Now they wanted to catch him. Now I want to come to page number 26. People in the branches of the trees over Tom's head said he was not trying to get away. He just looked puzzled. He wanted to have a quiet look at his work, said one person close to Tom. He didn't expect to find anybody here. The crowd parted and the sheriff came through, leading Potter by the arm. The poor man looked very frightened. What happened? The people were saying that Muff Potter was trying to get away. So sheriff came there and he caught Muff Potter. But he became so much frightened. He said he didn't do it. He didn't do it. On my word of honor, I didn't do it. He said that he didn't do it and he was saying that, who says you did? Shouted a voice. Somebody shouted that, who says you did? It was Injun Joe. Potter looked around him. He was Injun Joe. Suddenly he knew what had happened. Oh, Injun Joe, he cried. You promised me you would not ever never tell this. Is this your knife, Potter? Said the sheriff, holding the knife in front of his face. Injun Joe was not helping Muff Potter as at that time, but actually he wanted that Muff Potter would be caught for that murder. Sheriff was asking Muff Potter whether this knife belonged to him or not. Potter would have fallen if we had not caught him. I thought if I didn't come back and get it, something would go wrong. He shook all over. Tell them, Joe, tell them. It's no use keeping quiet anymore. Now he begged Injun Joe to tell the truth, but he stopped and he remained quiet. Then Huckleberry and Tom stood dumb and staring as they heard that liar Injun Joe tell his story. Every minute they expected God to strike him dead for his lies, but nothing happened. They almost decided to break their promise to each other and save the prisoner's life. But when Injun Joe had finished, he still stood alive and whole. They felt he must have sold himself to Shaitan. Now, what happened then when Potter asked Injun Joe to help him? He did not help him, but he told the fake story, whatever he told to Muff Potter. The people said, now I come to the review of page 26. Listen to it. The people said that Potter was not trying to run away. Muff Potter looked puzzled and confused. The sheriff came through and leading Potter by the arm. He caught him. Muff Potter became very much frightened at that time. He said he did not do that and he was innocent. Someone asked from the crowd, who said you did that? Potter looked around and saw that it was Injun Joe who said that these things. He understood that Joe had broken his promise and informed about the murder. He understood that Injun Joe was the person who told everybody about the murder. Now, Sheriff asked Potter whether the knife belonged to him or not. Potter asked Joe to tell everything to the sheriff. Tom and Huck stood dumb, staring at Injun Joe. Actually, Tom and Huck wanted Injun Joe to tell the truth, but Injun Joe was a liar, so he told the fake story. Joe was telling his fake story again that Muff Potter was the person who killed Dr. Robinson. Tom and Huck decided to break their promise and informed everybody about the murder. They wanted to save the prisoner's life. They thought that Injun Joe had sold himself to Shaitan. They understood that Injun Joe was a very evil person and he was a criminal. So they thought that they had to break their promise first and they wanted to save the prisoner's life, but they did not decide at once and they thought that Injun Joe would not tell the true story to anybody. Now we'll continue the half part of the lesson in the next class. I hope you have understood everything. If you want to ask me anything, then you are allowed to ask. Do you want to ask anything about today's lecture? We have little bit time left. Please ask me whatever you wanted. Do you understand the whole story? Are you enjoying that? Today is your quiz also. Have you prepared for that? No, I'm not asking any reinforcement or presentation questions today. Okay. Now we will see that what would happen to Muff Potter and Injun Joe in the next class. Today is your quiz. Have you prepared for that? I will upload the quiz after some time. Okay, after some time, as well as I will upload the assignment and the video of that lecture. Yes, today I am giving you a homework. Do you want to ask any more thing? Because a little bit time is left, I want to stop here. Okay, hope you have enjoyed everything, every part of the lecture. Okay, Allah Hafiz, we will meet in the next class.